There are two engines under the hood of your life. One's fear and the other is joy. Our next guest spent 31 years in a highly demanding career. She'd earned the title and the six figures, but she'd been driving from fear. Michele Satchell realized the cost of staying stuck was just too painful. In 2019, she walked away from it all. She'd chosen to hand the keys over to joy instead. Today, she's the founder of Michele Satchell Enterprises. She's also a best-selling author and transformation coach. Most people only evolve when they're under heavy pressure, but Michele teaches leaders how to evolve from joy despite the pressure. She helps high-performing leaders escape survival mode. She shows them how they'll unlock limitless possibilities. Her work changes lives on an international scale. It's even earned her the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award. When she isn't guiding others toward major breakthroughs, she unplugs completely. You'll always find her happily recharging by the beach. Time for a joyride. Let's politely walk fear around to the passenger seat. Joy Squad, let's welcome Michele to the stage. It's great to have you here, Michele.
Michele.
Oh my God.
Hey, girl.
Hey, Cheryl. Hey.
How are you there, my friend?
Amazing. Better than amazing.
Oh, it is so good to have you here.
It's so good to be here.
I'm trying, this is so funny. I have to mention this before we get to the hot take, and I know you know there's a hot take coming, right? I'm just looking at you right now and thinking about when you and I first met in Fort Lauderdale, Florida in October or November 2024.
Yeah.
Right? At the Bull House Groove.
Yes.
Was that your first time there?
That was my first time there.
Yes.
All alone, just came.
All alone, and you came up to me and said hello, right? And then we started talking about LinkedIn and images and all this kind of stuff and doing it. And what happened?
And it just evolved. I didn't know you. We said hi. And then later on, we saw each other at the event where we were gathering just for the welcome opening. And we just clicked.
I know.
We clicked. And so I'm grateful that I met you.
I'm so grateful that I met you too. I think I tell you that every time we text, I'm like, I'm so grateful. I'm so happy because you and I have very similar hearts. I recognize that our work is so aligned, and we need more. We need more of it, more joy and more authenticity in this world, right? And so I'm just happy that you're here and we can have a conversation that we have all the time, but now we can just have it so that other people can benefit from your wisdom. Sounds good?
Sounds great.
All right, love. All right, Mildred, can you do me a favor and bring up that clip? We're going to watch the hot take, and I want to get your thoughts on it, and then we're going to get into you there, Michele. Okay, let's go, Mildred.
At 31, I was so miserable and hungry and tired. I feel great to be 47. How the did I get here? Being totally unapologetic about how excited and scared I am to be this age.
To listen is to accept.
And how much I'm welcoming this process of gravity in my life, but also acknowledging how much I miss those wonder years of feeling stronger and being fearless once, and how being fearful today makes me more cautious. Therefore, it makes me lead with purpose because I've just become more efficient. I feel like sometimes I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be 31 again, but that's not going to happen, and I'm so happy that because at 31, I was so miserable and hungry and tired. I think it's important that we share that with other women, our honesty of where we are.
Girl, where'd Michele go? Oh, there she is. I feel so many things when I watch that, but when I saw this, and then I'm like, what do you think?
It stirred something up inside of me, Cheryl, because at 51, I was so miserable. I was so miserable on the inside. Like I had everything that people would probably look at and think, oh, she's successful and all, but I was miserable inside. And I wanted my joy back. I wanted peace. I wanted more for my life. And watching that, it just took me back to that moment in 2019, 51, feeling miserable, and had a lot of fear inside of me.
Yeah.
A lot of fear. And I didn't understand how I could have so much fear because I could remember the younger Michele who wasn't afraid to do a lot of different things.
Right.
For herself. And it's like this fear was keeping me stuck and paralyzed. And that's what that video just did to me. So,
oh my goodness. And the emotion behind it, right?
Yes.
Oh, what were you afraid of?
I think at that point in time, I had become afraid of losing everything, like all the what ifs. I was in a new position, and I usually don't talk about this piece, but I'm going to share it right now. But
Thank you.
I heard something that you said earlier. But I remember one day in my office, someone came to my office and they delivered a message to me. And they said, they were told you're going to be dead on arrival.
Ooh.
That was the message to me. And that message, like, at first it didn't bother me, but then it bothered me. Then it made me more careful, more like watching my back, more like just watching everything, because I had a message of saying, it was like you have a target on your back.
Yeah, now you're in a cage.
Yes. And so that sparked some of the fear of, okay, what if that really happens? Like, what if I lose everything, And then, of course, you're in different positions. You got your titles and you're worried about, what are people going to say? What are they going to think? Are they going to think I'm not capable of this job? And, all of that chatter in your head.
Yes.
Playing on you. And I think that's what started some of that fear. And then it was just like, I remembered where I came from, which was nothing, right? And working so hard to even get to where I was. And the fear of, what if I have to go back to that type of life even? There was so much that played into it.
Wow. Girl, thank you so much. It takes a whole lot of courage. And I see my friend Matt said, Chills, thank you for your courage and honesty. He's giving you some love in the chat there. Really, really appreciate you going there. We were talking backstage in the green room about like, hey, we're just going to go for it and just going to, just share whatever comes to mind. And so, my girl, I just absolutely appreciate you so, so much. And I know you're giving us a bit of the story, and I've been like building up to it about you and the fear versus joy, and you taking, the keys and driving your life from that place. What got you there? Can you just like give us your story, and then we're going to get into Evolve Freely, because I know they're connected. But can you just share with us, like, how did you get here? Like, how did you say goodbye to a 31-year career working in the federal government? How did you walk away from that?
So if I'm completely honest with you and your guest, I was in this career. I had accomplished everything, right? I was at the top of my career, and fear, anxiety, burnout had taken hold of my life. And I can remember landing in the hospital, landing in the emergency room, and lying in the bed with wires like everywhere attached to me, and wondering, how in the world did I get there? Like, how did I get here? And realizing that, to me, I'm a person of faith. I was like, the enemy is trying to really take me out of here. Like, life and breath from my body. That's how bad it was. And I remember my husband saying to me that, Michele, honey, you are working yourself to death. Literally working yourself to death. And he was preparing himself to be alone. He had told me he wasn't expecting me to be around much longer because of the way I was working myself to death. And he said one day, I don't care about that job. I don't care about the money. I care about you. I want you. And that moment, it shifted something in me, Cheryl, because imagining myself not being here, imagining myself not being around for my kids, for my husband, for my grandchildren.
Yes.
I knew I had to do something. I knew I had to do something different. I didn't know it was going to actually lead to me leaving my job.
Right.
But where I was, I realized that was going to end up being the best thing for me. It didn't happen overnight. It didn't. I said, okay, things have got to change. I started trying to make some changes. I'd have some good days, some bad days, right? But the fear became more and more, the loss of the joy, the feeling miserable on the inside. Showing up at work looking like I was fine, looking polished, got my suit on, got my lipstick on, my heels, like everything, and forcing a smile on my face, but inside knowing that I was miserable. They weren't seeing the tears I was crying.
Yeah, on the inside.
The tears inside. And I walked away. I decided to put me first. I decided to put my joy first, my peace first, my sanity first, my life first. I decided to do it for me, for me and my family.
Wow.
But I will tell you, in the midst of all of that, I remember I made a promise, Cheryl. I'm a person of faith. I don't know who's on here, but I made a promise because I said, God, if you get me out of this situation, like if I could just have some peace or some joy back, if you get me out of this, I will help somebody else. That was my promise. I said, I will help somebody else because I knew I wasn't the only one feeling what I was feeling. I heard some of the conversations around me. I saw a lot. And so I just decided, if I get out of this, I'm going to do something to help someone else. And I decided it was like something was inside of me saying to be a speaker. Mm-hmm. It was something like calling me to that. And that evolved from speaking to coaching and training and even more. But it started with me making a decision to.
It always starts with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have so many people in your life who love you so much, this person included, and you have to be able to take care of yourself in order. It's the age-old oxygen mask, right? If you're not here, if you're not taking care of yourself, how can you possibly be there for the people who are relying upon you?
Right.
Right.
I'm a vessel. If I'm not taking care of this vessel, if I'm not pouring into me so that I can show up as me and not just surviving, not just getting by,
right.
Which is what I was doing for a period of time, just getting by, just managing to get myself up and go to work and show up. And yes, we're performing. I don't know about you, but I remember during that time, I was still performing. I was hitting my marks. I'm still showing up. I'm one of the first ones in, one of the last ones to leave. I'm doing it all.
Dying inside. Girl, you wanted to help even just one person. I don't know if you can see the chat, but there are so many folks who are relating to you right now. Jonathan's giving a shout out to Eric, said that's a good husband. Michelle, I'm glad you had that turning point. Leanne, oh my gosh. Jen, Dwayne, everybody is thanking you, Michelle, because they can relate to your story. It's a tough one, and I know it's hard, but I know that in your work, you talk about it because it does help other people to evolve, correct?
Yes, correct. And for the longest, Cheryl, I didn't want to share some of it. I didn't want to share the ugly parts of it, the messy parts of it. Because, people look at you one way and then they hear some of the other pieces and you think, oh, what are they going to think? But then I realized through one of my mentors and coaches told me, like, Michelle, that's what they need to know it.
Yes.
Because it can give someone else hope. And that's what I want to do. I want to give someone else hope and let them know they don't have to stay stuck. They don't have to stay miserable. They don't have to stay where they are. It may not mean leaving your job as I did, but maybe there's something else that you have inside of you that you've been wanting to do, but you're letting fear stop you.
Yes.
Right? You're letting fear, that whispering in your head telling you can't do it. Or who do you think you are to do that? Or you're going to fail at that. And we stop and we listen to that. But joy, if you let joy up and you do it and let it guide you along the way, there's so much more in store for you.
Yes. Oh, there might even be like, I don't know, a best-selling book in store for you. Can we talk about the elephant in the room behind you? Can we talk about it?
Let's talk about the elephant in the room, because I think back right now, I take time to reflect.
Yeah.
And I can think back to even where I was this May 2019 compared to May 2026. I had no idea that I would become a best-selling author. No idea.
Come on.
No idea I would become an international speaker. No idea, transformational coach. I was excited but scared to leave that job because of the safety of it. The security of it all, I had kids in college at the time. So I was excited, but scared at the same time. I can remember one day, one of my supervisors said to me, Michelle, you don't look that excited to be leaving. But I had this excitement and this fear, like going at the same time.
Yes. The tug of war.
Yeah, the tug of war. And because I would be disrupting what I considered to be the norm for me, the safety of that job, the security. And that's a false perception as well. There is security in that. It's no safety per se. So getting to that point and right now of being where I am and reflecting on where I was then and where I am now, my whole persona is different. I like this smile that you see, I had lost that smile, but this smile is the result of doing the work to get right here.
Yes.
Right? All of that. Woo! And this joy I have, oh my goodness, this joy, I can't keep it to myself.
Man, better not. You and I talk about all the time about that there's so much work to be done in this space, especially in this day, this time that we're in. There's so much work to be done. We need more gurus, we need more folks, more leaders who are focusing on the human and what that brings to this life experience. I'm so happy, so grateful that you were here walking the planet and we are walking this lifetime together, my friend.
I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful.
Very much so. Can we talk about your book, please?
Yes.
Freely. No, oh my gosh, time is going by so fast. So can we talk? Let's talk about Evolve Freely and just walk us through like what it's about. What can people learn or how can they grow by experiencing that amazing book?
Well, Evolve Freely came about as a result of the journey that I came through. And it's not just about me. I intend for it to be like a mirror for them to see themselves through me. And so I share pieces of my journey with hopes that it can connect with someone and relate to them so that they can see the possibilities for themselves. As you're looking at someone who, I had a speech impairment as a young girl. I wouldn't even be able to keep my last name with the speech impairment that I had growing up. And so having a speech impairment, growing up in domestic violence, and not having much, but knowing that I wanted something more. But what I love is that my grandfather always shared something with me to help me to see something more that I didn't even realize back then because I think I was too young. But he would always tell me that you're going to be somebody one day. He would always tell me that you're going to be somebody one day. And so even when I had a stepfather who would tell me things that would make me think I was going to be nothing, that I would amount to nothing, I had another person telling me that I could be somebody. And then in fifth grade, my fifth grade teacher breathing the belief in me that I could go to college when no one else in my family had gone to college. And she didn't know that, but I knew that. But she made me believe that. And what did that do? It helped me to go on to college. Like I carried that with me. I went on to college and graduated. And so then I started my career in the federal government. And that journey was a journey. I think now I look back on it and I say, I was working really hard, right? We work really hard because we have a vision of where we want to be. So that took me from starting in systems accounting in the financial accounting area, all the way to shifting from dealing with numbers to dealing with people, working in dispute resolution and program management. And then I became a senior advisor eventually and was advising senior executives, including a former treasurer of the United States. And so that journey, I grew, I changed, I evolved. I was very much into growing myself personally. And so I had to work on my self-confidence. I had to work on my communication skills. I had to work on how to, develop relationships with people because they play a big role as you're trying to grow in your career. Took a lot of leadership courses and all. And I learned from people around me. I learned from leaders around me. And I think we can learn from all leaders, whether they're good or bad leaders.
Yes, very much so.
Lessons from the great ones, but you can also take some lessons from the ones not so good because you learn what not to do when you get there in that role, right?
Yeah.
So having got to the top, hitting rock bottom, hitting the burnout and deciding to leave, there were some things I had to do to get to where I am today. And so I share in there, Evolve Freely. Evolve is an acronym. The E is for exposing the truth. A lot of us are wearing masks. We look polished, but we're covering up everything else. And so I had to get honest with myself about where I was and what wasn't working for me. And that's hard. I had to look myself in the mirror and admit that, Michelle, this isn't working. You're burnt out, you're exhausted, you're miserable. And I had to ask myself, what did I really want? What did I want? Michelle, not what people think I should want.
That part.
Not what looks good, not what looks successful on the outside, but what did I want? So I had to get really honest. So that was the E. The V is for reimagining the vision. Vision reimagine. Because we hold on to some old visions and we don't give ourselves permission to see something different for ourselves, to see more for ourselves. And so I had to reimagine the vision for my life and one that didn't include my job because my job, as much as I was making the money and had the titles, and I enjoyed it until I didn't, but it was killing me.
Literally.
It was literally killing me. So reimagine the vision. And then the O is for overcoming. We have a lot of things going on up here in our heads, right? The fear, the self-sabotage, the doubt, the limiting beliefs, all of that, and working through that. And for me, the fear was really, really bad. I can remember getting to a point where I was on a train one day and I was crying. I was breaking down from what had just happened throughout the course of my day. And a woman looked at me and she's like, did somebody die? She asked me that question. Did someone die?
Oh, wow.
And I said, no. And I told her the story of what was going on. And later on, when I got home, I said, you know what? I thought about it. I said, someone did that. That old version of me was dying. That version of me that was suppressing everything, that was going along with everything, go along to get along and all, and hiding it. Some of the realization of that was happening. And I just was like, I can't keep living like this anymore.
Damn, girl.
And
All right.
L, let go. Let go of those things. Let go of the old mindset. Let go of the things that no longer serve you, that aren't working for you. And V, visualize what your future could look like. Visualize what your next could look like, what the thing is that you want could look like, and actually embody it. Like, think about it morning and night. Like, walk like it, talk like it, like move like it. I looked at that vision every day. I had a picture on my phone of a famous speaker with her head cut off and my head on there. Me visualize becoming a speaker. Okay, so vision. And then it's to take action, because nothing happens if we don't move.
Very true.
We can think about it all day long. We could talk about it all day long, but nothing happens until you take a step, and you can take the step. I remember my coach telling me, are you willing to take the step with butterflies in your stomach? Are you willing to take the step or do something with your knees knocking? Yeah. Are you willing to do the thing so that you can fulfill the calling on your life?
I love that, the butterflies in your stomach. That means do it. Because I always say do it afraid, right? Do it anyway.
And I was afraid, but I had to be willing to do it.
Yes.
Be willing to do it. But you know what the beautiful thing is? The freely part.
I know.
The free part.
The
free, when you come out of that, when you evolve and you're refined and you're free on the inside to be who you are, to walk in your truth, to honor you, to live in alignment with what you want for your life, to live in alignment with what values you have, what matters most to you, instead of trying to please everybody else, because we do a lot of the people pleasing. I realized that for myself.
Oh, yeah, same. Still recovering.
And then saying yes to you. You got the freely.
Yeah.
So saying yes to you unapologetically, giving yourself permission to have the joy, giving yourself permission to have the peace on the inside, giving yourself permission to go after the thing that you really, really want, that you've been letting fear keep you stuck.
Wow.
Giving yourself permission to just live your life, not just exist in this life, but
to live it.
Truly.
Girl, let me tell you, the chat is still heating up here. Natasha. Hey, Natasha, good to see you. Natasha said she loves how open you are about allowing your vision to grow. And then Asunta saying that an MC once told her, if I stop getting butterflies before performing, presenting, then it's time to stop performing. Yes, that is so true, Susie. That is so true. It's a sign that you care. It's a sign that you are moving forward. You're pushing yourself. Mm-hmm. Girl, let me tell you something. It is 9:15. Yes, it is. Which means it's time for us to say goodbye. Oh, I know. And I can't stand it. I told you backstage, I said, the time is going to come and I'm not going to be done with you. And I'm going to absolutely hate it. But a couple of things we've got to address. And then one, you have to come back. Because to me, evolving freely equals joy. Everything that you spoke is like the definition for me of joy, being in alignment and integrity with yourself, right? You have to come back. But please, can you there are people here who hear you and are experiencing what you have experienced and are still saying, yeah, it's good it worked for you, Michele, but it may not work for me. Can you just if you can, just give like what's one piece of advice you would give, one piece of words of wisdom to those out there who are like, this is all well and good for you, but it's still a struggle for me?
I would say that the mere fact that it did work for me could be the very reason why it could work for them. I am no different than any of them. I am where they are right now. I was there. And so the fact that it worked for me, it could work for them. And let me tell you, that desire that they have on the inside of them, that desire to change or to grow or to have more, to become more, it's not there by accident. That's something that has been put inside of them and is whispering to them to say, yeah, you can become more. And I'm a person of faith, so I believe it's been put in there and you've been given the power to become more. You just have to say yes and take the first step. Because if you don't take the first step, if you never try, you'll miss out on all that could be possible for you. I would have missed out on this life I'm living right now had I not said yes. I would be on being here with you. I would have not met you. I would have not been able to meet the people who are on this call right now. I would not be the speaker. I would not be the author. I would not be the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award recipient. I would not be here right now had I not said yes, even though the fear was gripping me. It had my feet. Okay, I couldn't. Yeah. So yes, it's possible. And I hope that they see from what they hear in me and what they see what's possible for them.
Yes.
All things are possible.
Ooh, my friend, Michele Satchel, you just lit this place up on fire as I knew you would and could. Thank you. Thank you so much for everything. Thanks for being you. Thanks for saying yes to yourself so that all of us can reap the rewards and the gifts of your incredible gift. Where can people find you?
Thank you, Cheryl. They can find me here on LinkedIn at Michele Satchel, 1 L in Michelle, 2 L's in Satchel, same on Instagram. And my website is michelsatchel.com.
I love you, girl.
Love you too. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. Thank you. And I'm not kidding. Like, we're going to figure out, you need to come back like soon.
Okay.
All right.
I can do that.
Thank you.